Imagine the moment you've been working toward for years. The promotion, the dream house, the six-figure bank account, or that specific number on the scale. You finally crossed the finish line. You expected fireworks, a choir of angels, and a permanent sense of, I've made it. But instead, you wake up the next morning and feel nothing. Or worse, you feel a strange, hollow sense of dread. You look at your trophy and think, is this it? Is this all there is? Welcome to the Arrival Fallacy. Today, we're exploring why reaching your goals can sometimes be the most depressing moment of your life. We'll look at the golden handcuffs of productivity, the science of the Hedonic Treadmill, and why your brain is biologically programmed to keep you from staying happy. If you feel successful but empty, this is for you. The term was coined by Harvard psychologist Dr. Ben-Shahar. It's the illusion that once we reach a certain destination, we will reach a lasting state of happiness. Image: hero climbing a mountain that keeps getting taller. In the U.S., we are raised on the when-then logic. When I get married, then I'll be happy. When I quit this job, then I'll be happy. When I buy that Tesla, then I'll be happy. But happiness isn't a destination, it's a dynamic state. When you arrive, the brain doesn't shut off the desire for more. Instead, it resets the baseline. The high of the achievement lasts for a few hours or days, and then you're just a person with a bigger office and the same internal problems. Why does this happen? Meet the Hedonic Treadmill. This is a psychological theory suggesting that humans quickly return to a relatively stable level of happiness despite major positive or negative events. Biologically, it's all about dopamine. Dopamine is not the chemical of pleasure, it's the chemical of anticipation. It's the fuel that gets you to the goal. Once you reach the goal, the dopamine spike drops off. Image: hero chasing a glowing carrot on a string. Think about a kid on Christmas morning. The excitement is in the unwrapping. Once the toys are out, the excitement begins to fade. As adults, we do the same with careers and status. We aren't addicted to the success. We are addicted to the pursuit of it. In a high-achievement culture like the U.S., we are taught that more is better. We become victims of toxic productivity. Image: hero tied to a golden desk with golden handcuffs. You work 80 hours a week to get the golden handcuffs. A salary so high you can't afford to leave, but a life so busy you can't afford to live. You've optimized your life for efficiency, but you've neglected connection. People often realize too late that they've spent their best years building a ladder against the wrong wall. You reached the top, but the view is lonely. This is where existential dread kicks in. If success didn't fix your unhappiness, what will? There's a reason many Olympic athletes or astronauts fall into deep depressions after returning home. They reach the ultimate peak. There is no up left. When your entire identity is built on doing rather than being, losing the doing, the goal, feels like losing yourself. If you are the CEO, who are you when the office is closed? If you are the winner, who are you when the race is over? Image: hero looking at his reflection and seeing a hollow shell. This is the arrival fallacy at its most dangerous. It leads to the more loop, believing that the reason you aren't happy is because the goal wasn't big enough. So you set an even bigger goal, starting the cycle of burnout all over again. How do we stop the treadmill? Prioritize the process, not the result. Psychological studies show that people who enjoy the daily grind of their work are significantly happier than those who only care about the year-end bonus. The internal audit. Ask yourself, if I could never tell anyone about this achievement, would I still want to do it? If the answer is no, you're chasing status, not fulfillment. Invest in social capital. Success is a diminishing return asset. Relationships and community are appreciating assets. Don't trade the latter for the former. Image: hero sitting with friends, ignoring a glowing trophy on the shelf. Happiness is a byproduct of a life well lived, not a reward for a life well worked. Don't wait to arrive. Start living in the now, because the then you're chasing might not be what you think it is. Why is the arrival fallacy more dangerous in 2026 than ever before? Because of hypervisibility. In the past, you only compared your success to your neighbors. Now, you compare your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel on social media. Image: hero looking at a smartphone screen that reflects a distorted, perfect version of himself. This creates the horizon effect. Just as you reach your goal, you see someone else who is further ahead. Your brain immediately devalues your own achievement. In the US, we call this lifestyle creep, not just in finances, but in expectations. You got the promotion, but now you need the corner office because you saw a 22-year-old on LinkedIn who supposedly has it all. This digital noise keeps you in a state of permanent inadequacy. You aren't running toward your own happiness. You're running away from the fear of being left behind. But here's the secret. The person you're jealous of is likely suffering from the exact same arrival fallacy. They are also waiting for the when then to kick in. We have been conditioned to answer the question, who are you, with what I do. This is an identity crisis waiting to happen. Image. Hero standing in front of two doors. One labeled doer, busy, dark. One labeled being, calm, warm. If you are only as good as your last win, you are a slave to the next one. To break the arrival fallacy, you must decouple your self-worth from your net worth. Psychologists suggest practicing non-zero days of non-achievement. Do something you are intentionally bad at. Paint a picture that looks terrible. Play a sport just to move, not to win. When you allow yourself to exist without producing, you reclaim your humanity. You realize that you are valuable even when you aren't arriving anywhere. This is the only way to stop the hedonic treadmill, by choosing to step off it and just stand still. In the end, the only arrival that matters is arriving at a place of internal peace. Image. Hero sitting on a simple bench, watching the sunset, with a small peace icon glowing in his chest. Real success in 2026 isn't about how much you've accumulated. It's about time sovereignty. Do you own your time, or does your success own you? If you have millions but can't spend an afternoon watching the rain without feeling guilty, you aren't successful. You're just a high-paid prisoner. Break the cycle. Stop waiting for the then. Start building a now that you don't feel the need to escape from. The ultimate form of the arrival fallacy is the idea of legacy. We tell ourselves, I'll work myself to death now, so my name lives on forever. We sacrifice our health, our children's childhoods, and our peace of mind for a statue that no one will look at in 50 years. Image. Hero looking at a stone statue of himself that is slowly cracking and turning into dust. In the US, we're obsessed with impact, but the most impactful thing you can do is be a regulated, present, and joyful human being today. Your legacy isn't a building or a bank account. It's the way people felt when they were around you. When you lie on your deathbed, you won't wish you had reached one more arrival. You'll wish you had spent more time in the middle. The middle is where life actually happens. The messy, unoptimized, non-productive moments. Image. Hero hugging a loved one with a small time icon glowing between them. Warm, golden light. Stop chasing the horizon. The horizon is an optical illusion. It moves as you move. Turn around and look at where you are standing right now. You have already arrived. Now, start living like it.